Hey guys, I hope you're having an awesome day. I've been called all morning to do this video and do it this way. Sorry, you can hear the highway. The whole point here is to come to you real. To come to you real, honest, without all the fluffiness and the curated types of videos. And I have no idea if I'm going to post this. I need to get this out. This is what's been on my heart to talk about, so we're going to do it. No makeup, no filter, hair's a mess, doing the little weird flippy thing it always does. But that has been a huge thing for me my entire life. I was raised in a family where you always had to do everything absolutely perfect. And here comes the wind to help me get over those issues. But we're messy. You know, life is messy. It's not perfect. We're all perfectly imperfect. So we've got to quit trying to control how we put ourselves out there and having to know all the outcomes ahead of time. And you know, that's just a big control issue that I've struggled with my entire life. And even now I'm seeing myself in the camera here and judging myself on the wrinkles and the hair and all of it. And it, you know, a lot of it comes from shame, a lot of it comes from trauma and not feeling enough, feeling too much. Did a little short on that yesterday, but if you look back through my shorts and the videos I post, you know, I want to be inspiring. I want to make you guys feel better about yourselves because it helps me feel better about myself. You know, if I can share something I've learned, then it makes me feel good that I'm putting that out there and making you guys feel a little bit better about yourselves. And the whole appearance and masks and how you put yourself out there has been one of the big sticking points for me. And it's probably why I don't do as many of the videos and at random times as I'd like to and I feel called to do, is because of those limiting beliefs and the shame and the guilt. And there's just so much. There's so much. And I know you guys feel the same way. So if you're finding this video, please take it as a permission slip to do it messy. One of my favorite movies is Letters to Juliet. I love the whole story. And I grew up as a huge fan of the movie Camelot with Vanessa Redgrave and Richard Harris and Franco Nero. And if you know anything about that movie and Vanessa Redgrave and Franco Nero's real love story in real life, Letters to Juliet is a fantastic movie. So if you've seen either one, go see the other one and then kind of look up the background to it because it's a really cool story. Anyways, not the point. I get distracted a lot. One of the things she says in that movie is that life is the messy bits. And, you know, we see on social media, you want to put out the best thing you can. You want to shine it up. You want it to look good. And, you know, that's great because that's how society has portrayed everything. It has to be perfect. You know, women have been through this especially. You have to be perfect and polished and pristine, and you can't cuss and you can't show your real self because you want everybody to love you and everybody to like you the way you are. And and then for men on the same side, men have to be tough and stern and stoic and you know, have this sense of control and can't be emotional and can't show who they really are because most people don't accept that either. And it's all a bunch of bullshit. So why are we hiding? You know, when I love meeting people. I do events, I do face painting and a lot of different environments where I get to meet so many different people. And it wasn't until like the last year or so where I really got into a lot of the like local artist groups and started meeting people that really, you know, don't feel bad to express themselves. And I love that. I love the artist community because of that. You know, but we all have our masks. We all want to portray ourselves a certain way. And it's just so sad to me that most of that is because of the fact that we didn't feel appreciated or accepted when we were younger. We weren't seen. We weren't appreciated for who we were. And so much of like our rich personalities are hidden from everybody. And that just makes me so sad. You know, it's every person I meet, there is such a depth to them, and most of them don't even see it. Like, I trigger the crap out of people because I see in people what the amazingness that they don't see. And because of that, I end up, you know, I get ghosted a lot. I get a lot of conflict and confrontation because people, you know, they automatically think that you have some kind of agenda and you want, I don't know, you want something from them, and they don't understand that I love seeing people's souls. You know, I can see that on a deep level when I meet someone. And I think it's so cool that each one of us has so much amazingness. It's just usually stuffed down so deep that we don't see it because we want to portray ourselves, you know, as our best version. And I get that. I totally understand that. I've lived that my whole life. And so I want to give you permission today and give myself permission to show you a little bit more of who I am and not be ashamed of that. So many of my interests I hide from the world because they're weird as hell. And there's so much shame behind that. There's, you know, religious trauma, and, you know, I love all the weird shit. I love the ancient aliens. I love ghost hunting. I love learning about everything. I'm a total science geek, so I love learning about, oh my goodness, Neil deGrasse Tyson. He's one of my favorites. I love learning about the cosmos and the universe and all that. And I also love psychology. I love Carl Jung and his theories about the collective unconscious, which, you know, there's also a collective consciousness when you tap into that. And, you know, Dolores Cannon and her work with, you know, talking about the Galactic Federation and the shift of the planet and the vibrations, and all of that stuff just gets me so excited. But at the same time, I get scared to death to show that to most people because I've always been called weird for it and crazy for it. And I know there are so many of you that love that kind of stuff and all the little weird things that make you you, but we're so scared to show the world who we really are. And so we just sit with that, you know, and we hide it. We hide the things that we think other people will judge us for. And that's so sad, you know, because we're awesome. We're all awesome. There's so many cool things in the world that we could be talking about and exploring and fixing. And, you know, if you just get rid of the control and having to always be perfect and do things that other people would find acceptable. Naughty, stop. I'm sorry. Naughty's being a brat. So I have no idea what I'm doing making this video. But I really wanted to just get this stuff out there and tell you guys that don't be afraid to show who you truly are. And you know, we're always evolving. So who we are today is not who we're going to be tomorrow, because we're constantly learning and adjusting and changing who we are. And you know, that's beautiful. That's what we're supposed to be doing. That's why we're here. You know, if you get into all the you know, soul contracts and why we're here and all that line of thinking, you know, they call it Schoolhouse Earth for a reason, because this is the one place where we have free will. We can do whatever we want. We can do what makes us happy. You know, if you want to learn more about that, check out Bashar and his channelings and Daryl Anka. And I mean, this stuff is so amazing and it's so cool. And that's the kind of stuff that really excites me. And so I love doing the inspirational videos and stuff like that, but I have no idea where this channel is going to go, because honestly, that's the stuff that you can tell by the vibe of this video. I started out talking about shame and all that stuff, and once I got it out, here comes the energy. Oh, I love that. Thank you. So yeah, maybe this whole video is go sit in the woods. Go sit in the woods and get in touch with yourself. Find out who you are, and then stop being afraid to show that. You know, I'm going to be doing more channeling on my platforms, because that's something I have finally accepted to myself. That is something I've done for a long time and never realized that's what it was. And then that came with a whole wave of shame and all this other stuff, because, woo, that's woo-woo, and that's not good. I don't care anymore. I want to be who I am. And we're all different for a reason. So there's a reason I'm drawn to all this stuff. You know, there's a reason I'm drawn to certain people. There's a reason for all of this. And I'm tired of pretending that it has to be perfect, that it has to be only one way. And so I hope that helps you guys. We're going to put this out there and see what happens. I don't care if I get the likes. I don't care if I get the views. Yeah, that's nice, but that's just, you know, that's just stroking my ego. And it's all good. I just want to share with you guys. And I want you guys to share with me. Please. Tell me who you are. Show me who you are. Go make your video. Go make your art. Show it to the world. Let people see the real you and all the cool, interesting stuff about you. Because the people that want to see the polished version of you are not your people. Those are the ones that are going to judge you no matter what. You know, find the people that really want to see that and really want to know the real you, because those are the ones that are going to be the most fulfilling relationships and the most fulfilling friendships. And you know, it's hard to let go of the ones that don't care about the stuff you care about. But that's okay. They're not aligned for you. And I've had to let go of family, friends, relationships, you name it. Like I said, I get ghosted all the time because I see in people a deeper layer than they see. And, you know, that most people don't want to look at that. People don't like looking at themselves because there's so much shame buried deep down that they don't want people to see. And, you know, you can heal that. You can heal that in you just by, I'm feeling it right now. I'm feeling it healed in myself, you know, and you just got to put yourself out there. Be vulnerable. There is such a power in vulnerability of putting out who you are, being who you are, and fully embracing that. You know, so at the very top layer, wear the crazy clothes, share the crazy stuff, you know, that's who you are. Integrate it. Be okay with that. You know, you hear a lot of people talking about integration of the shadow self, and that's taking that shame and being okay with it. Be like, okay, this served me for a large part of my life, but that's not what defines me. That's not who I am. It's a part of me. It's a little facet of me, but that's not who you are at the core. At the core, you're just you. So fully embrace why you're here and learn about yourself. Learn about yourself. Learn about others. Learn about all the things you want to, that inspire you and catch your attention. And, you know, I feel distracted all the time because I'm constantly looking at all these different things. You know, I want to see the reason and why things work the way they work and why people act the way they act. And, you know, I love all that stuff. It's so interesting to me. But at the same time, I've had so much shame surrounding being like that because most people don't want you to look at them too deep. And that's okay. That's okay. They're on their own journey. You got to love and respect that. Love everybody and respect everybody where they are, unconditionally. Because if you're doing anything conditionally, it's going to come back and bite you. So just put yourself out there. Do it. You know, do what you're here to do. And we're just here to explore and to love this life that we have. You know, whether you believe in reincarnation or, you know, soul ties, soulmate, any of that stuff, none of it matters because we're not technically consciously aware of it. All we know right now is we have this one life. There's a higher power. Majority of us feel that. If not, you have your inner self. You have your higher self. Great. Whatever you believe, whatever you choose to subscribe to, awesome. That's you. And it's authentic. And as long as it is coming from a good, authentic place of love and connection and not fear and holding yourself back and, you know, the fear of lack and being in that survival mindset. All of that stuff, all those negative energies are not real. They're just placed there to mess with us, to keep us from finding out who we really are. Don't get me started. Do not get me started on politics and the country and the world as it is right now, because all of that crap is just a distraction to take away from who you are and finding out who you are and seeing your power, knowing your power. And oh, it's so sad that so many people get caught up in it. It's just, none of it matters. None of it matters. This matters. This matters. This matters. If you know, you know. So get into an alignment with who you really are, who you're here to be. Oh, this is feeling good. Do you guys feel it? Are you feeling this? We're going to take a moment and just appreciate that. This is beautiful. I'm so glad I did this video. All right. Get in touch with yourself today. Get in touch with yourself and be okay with who you are, where you are, what your status is, none of that crap matters. All right, just be you and go out in the world today and show them who the hell you are. Show them who you really are, who you're here to be. Naughty agrees. I love all you guys. You know, if it wasn't for all the feedback and stuff I get from you guys online and my personal friends, that, you know, deep down I know I'm making a difference. Even if it's just a little difference. if I reach one person today that this inspires them to be a little bit more of themselves and see a little bit more of themselves and, you know, embrace what we're here to do, what we're here to see. You know, it doesn't matter how the hell you identify. You identify as an artist, a teacher, a healer, a light worker, all of that stuff. It's wonderful. And we're all here to be different things. So there's no competition. There's no judgment. We're all awesome. We're all perfectly imperfect. And we're just all walking each other home. So let's enjoy the journey. You know, life is the messy bits. So show up. Show up messy. Show up, you know, a little half-cocked. Show up crazy. Be you. I'm going to embrace that from now on. I'm going to embrace it more than I have in the past. Because that's what makes me feel good. Good as God. We're not bringing religion into it. But good as God. God is good. What makes you feel good is what we're here to experience. Let's embrace that together. Love you guys. I don't even care about like, subscribe, all that stuff. But if you feel called, like, subscribe, share this with someone that, you know, it might do them some good. Maybe they need to hear this today. I know I sure as hell needed to hear this today. So, thank you, my guides. Thank you, God. Thank you, universe. Thank you, ancestors. Thank you, all the guidance I get every day has been incredible, and it's led me to where I am. And this is the happiest I've ever been in my life. And it's only getting better because I'm healing more and more and more each day. So if you feel called, you don't have to. Like, subscribe, share. I also do one-on-one vibration coaching, you know, intuitive vibration coaching. So if you do need to work through the heavy stuff, if you need to work through the shadow work, you know, really finding your purpose in life and knowing who you are and getting rid of all those limiting beliefs and crap, I would love to help you with that. Do one-on-one Zoom calls. I do $1 a minute. I mean, come on, it's cheaper than some other things you could be out there paying $1 a minute for. So anyways, yeah, message me, reach out, share your story, put in the comments. Like, I want to see you guys. I want to learn to know you guys. I want to know what inspires you, what makes you tick, what, you know, what gets you out of bed in the morning. For me, this kind of stuff is what gets me out of bed in the morning and gets me excited, is learning more about myself and learning more about the world we live in and how it works and, you know, all the metaphysical aspects, and that stuff's just awesome to me. It's cool as hell. And when I get started talking about it, I get really excited. So maybe that's the direction this channel is going to go. I have no idea. Today is all about releasing the shame and of not being myself. Because that's the only shame that really matters. Everything else is a projection from other people. That crap doesn't matter. So I'm going to show up, no makeup, funky hair, cats meowing. It's all good. I love you guys so much. And I hope you have a fabulous day, fabulous week, whenever you're finding this. Go be you and embrace who you are. Find the power within you to be able to share that with people. Okay? No matter what you do on this planet, you're a part of it. We're all different facets of each other. You know, the theory of oneness. We're all here to help each other. So let's do that. Love you guys. Have a fabulous day.